So tonight we're talking about social anxiety. Social anxiety used to be a big issue for me, being fair-haired or fair-skinned and ginger-haired. I used to blush very easily, and that would lead to me becoming very anxious about meeting people. I would try and fight the blushing. I would try and stop the blushing. That would lead to more blushing. I'd go into fight or flight mode. My mind would go blank. I wouldn't be able to think what to say. Till I found hypnotherapy. Social situations were a real nightmare. But I was able to improve my social skills, improve my confidence, and overcome my fear of blushing with just one hypnotherapy session. Prior to that, I had done a lot of work on anxiety and confidence, but on the actual blushing itself, it took me just one session. So I know that hypnotherapy works when it comes to fear of blushing and stopping blushing. I also know it works when it comes to reducing anxiety and increasing confidence. As I said, I did it for myself, and I've helped tons of clients to overcome similar issues. So, in tonight's live stream, we're going to be looking at 3 techniques you can use to overcome social anxiety. If you fear blushing, if you suffer from erythrophobia, which is the fear of blushing, then these techniques will help with that too. So the first technique I'm going to show you is the peripheral reset. And I spoke about this on the last live stream as well. Instead of trying to fight your blushing, like I said, the more you try and fight against it, the stronger it's going to become. Not just blushing, but anxiety, panic. The more you try and fight against that, if your mind goes blank, the more you try and think of what to say, start getting upset with yourself, the more difficult it's going to be to think of what to say. So the peripheral reset, if you're in conversation with someone and you feel that you're starting to blush, or you feel that you're starting to stumble over your words, getting anxious, what you can do, looking at the person and widening your gaze, so noticing the corners of the room, what you can see. And this works because when you're in peripheral vision, you're not in the fight or flight state. Moving into peripheral vision, widening your gaze, going to move you out of the fight or flight state. You're going to start to feel less anxious, and you're going to be able to converse with people more effectively. If you're in a situation where someone asks you a question, maybe it's a job interview, maybe it's a date or a social situation, and your mind goes completely blank, again, don't try and fight it, don't try and dig for what to say. You can repeat their question back to them. You can say, so what you're asking me is, what did I enjoy about my holiday in Morocco? To clarify what they're saying and to buy yourself time to think of how you're going to respond. This works for several reasons. Firstly, you're showing that you're attentive, that you're listening to the other person because you're repeating back what they're saying to you. Secondly, it's going to create what's known as a yes set. They're going to start agreeing with you because you're repeating back what they've said, and they're going to say, yes, that's what I'm asking. And thirdly, you're not going to be fighting the anxiety. You're going to be focused on the other person, what they're saying or what they're asking you. You could also say, that's a really interesting question. I want to give you a proper answer. Let me think for a moment before I answer you. You could, confident enough, just be silent and look at them and just say, while you think of what you want to say next. This is going to really elevate your social skills, your social stats, social standing. If you can hold a silence without feeling awkward or nervous, that's going to really impress the other person. And you think, wow, I'm speaking to someone who's really high value. You could also say, I was just processing what you said. Could you expand on your point? And this shifts the spotlight back to the other person. So it's a classic, charismatic move that makes you look thoughtful rather than panicked. And charisma isn't something you're born with. You know, we hear people say, oh, so-and-so's got the gift of the gab, or in Ireland they say they kissed the Blarney Stone or something. No one is born charismatic. Charisma is a skill that you can develop, or maybe everyone is born charismatic, but due to life experiences, some people lose the skill. You can get it back, you can develop it, and the more you use these kind of techniques that I'm showing you tonight, the more confident you'll become in these techniques, and the more confident you become in these techniques, the more confidently you'll be able to use them. Confidence comes from successfully doing something over and over again. So by repeatedly exposing yourself to situations in which you feel uncomfortable, dealing with them appropriately, well, the more confident you'll become in those situations. Finally, there's the curiosity flip. So once you've brought time with the skill technique number 2 that I just covered, you can use curiosity to show interest in the other person. This is a really charismatic move, and again, people are going to respond well to it. People want to feel like they're heard and that they have a connection to someone. Again, there's a myth that charisma is about, like I said, having the gift of the gab, always knowing what to say. It's not. Charisma is about being able to make the other person feel seen, feel heard, feel special. And I have a sale on my social skills course, Learn Social Skills. You can find a link to that in the description below if you want to learn more about it. It's available for a very special price right now. So check the description for details of that. It won't be available at that price for very long. So don't hang about. And remember, charisma isn't about being the brightest person in the room. It isn't about always knowing what to say. It's about making the other person feel seen, feel special. People will, they won't, they might not remember you, but they will remember how you made them feel. That's to paraphrase a quote from whom I don't know. But yeah, remember that. Charisma is about how you make other people feel. It's not about what you do, what you say, what you look like, how the other person feels when they are with you, when they're talking to you. So again, down in the link in the description below, you'll find a link to get my Learn Social Skills course for a very special price for a very limited time. So go to this description below, click the link, check the course out. If you want to know more about one-to-one therapy, you can visit my website, marksdoubles.com. Book a free call with me there. Thank you for watching tonight's live stream. If you found it useful, give it a thumbs up, hit the like button. If you haven't liked it, give it a thumbs down, hit the thumbs down button twice. So, thank you for watching, and if you haven't already, subscribe. See you next time. Good night.